Guys, it's Roseann Zach from Live Fit, and I'm here today with my mini waiver LifePro vibration platform to take you through a practice of balance. We'll be doing a balance flow for stability, which is kind of a oxymoron, if you will, because there's nothing stable really about balance. So what I mean by that is we're constantly refreshing our balance. So today, I hope you'll join me in this practice, or at least watch it right now. And then this practice will be recorded. So whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, we will in YouTube. It's going to be recorded so you can play it back. You only need a couple props today. I'd like you to have your yoga blocks or the toilet paper rolls I've talked about, and a chair. Now, eventually, we're nixing the chair, but if you're very new to the platform or you're very unsteady, have it handy. And I'm going to use that for some of our poses, and and then I won't use it. Couple things to start with. I did do a balance practice back last March, this past March this year, yeah. And I did that, and I talked a lot about balance, and I gave you a lot of different options and different therapeutic moves to do. And I'd like you to check that YouTube video out. It is recorded in the LifePro under LifePro's library, and it's going to be very helpful. This today is actually going to be more of a flow, if you will. There's 8 moves that we're going to put together, and the reason why I'm putting these moves together is to help you with working with not only balance but agility, working with more of some power, some strength. There's a lot of things mixing in because let's face it, when we're literally walking, one foot is off the ground, we're working on balance, and life happens. Whether you trip over a rug, a dog, a toy, you just lose your balance somehow, we've got to be able to quickly find our balance, find it so we don't face plant. So let's go ahead and start, shall we? And I'll talk a little bit more. So right now, again, I'm on the Waver Mini, and because this is just an oscillation plate, which I love, we're going to only be on about 2 or 3. Now, everything is going to be standing, so those of you that cannot stand on the platform yet, I'd like you just to try to put one foot on and one foot out. Just get used to it. You might have certain reasons why you can't, but eventually we're going to have one foot on and then the other. So let's go ahead and stand, okay? So I'm standing on the platform. It's oscillating up and down, and I'm going to take one yoga block and I'm going to put it between my thighs, not the knees, the thighs. So it's very important that we know that we're making this connection, this bones to bones connection, and you want to feel. That's a big word I use a lot. You want to feel. So I have my socks off, and I want to feel my feet on the platform. You know, we're working with that vestibular platform of our vision, our inner ear, and the feeling, the actual feeling of in our toes, and we're trying to make that connection. So look down at your feet for a moment. Spread your toes wide as you can, and then zip up, stand up. Now, what I want to do with the other block is I'm literally putting it behind my head. Now I'm going to move my plate back a little bit more, so I want to make sure that I don't get cut out of this scene here. And I'm going to move my camera down just a little bit now that I can see what's going on the screen here. So we're just going to stand here. The block is behind my head. Posture is the most important part about having, quote unquote, good balance. You're pushing the head back, the elbows are forward, squeezing the block, the belly is pulled in, the tailbone's down. A lot of things are happening. The collarbones are lifting, and the elbows are forward, and the eyes gaze forward. This is known as your dristi in yoga, okay? So we're looking forward. We have a soft gaze. You find something to focus on, obviously something that's not moving. So right now, if you're looking at me, I'm moving around a little bit. But maybe look just kind of above your screen and find your dristi. So let's just take a couple breaths here. So when I say balance for stability, we're looking for that balance of inner and outer body, looking for that balance of mind and body, the balance of breath, the in and out of the breath, inhalation, exhalation. to create a calmness. And we'll just stand here in what is known as a version of Tadasana, mountain pose, with the head pressing against the block. And this shouldn't bother your shoulders much at all. It really shouldn't, unless you have some shoulder issues. But we're just finding those shoulders relaxed. Okay, now I'm going to remove that block, place it just away for now. And my hands are reaching out, down, thumbs out. Chest is lifted. So we've got a strong mountain pose. Now, the knees are not locked. I have a slight bend in my knees so the glutes are fired up. If nothing at all, that you stand on your platform for 1 to 3 minutes doing this posture, the mini earthquake under your feet is helping all the connective tissues, the muscles, the bones to realign and restack. Now, I'm going to go through each posture with you and we'll put together the flow. We have mountain pose. Remove this block. Our next pose is going to be Utkatasana. So you'll reach forward with your hands forward. Now I'm going to show you the side version of this, and I have a little different perception because of the way the platform is moving. So I'm reaching forward and sitting back. If you take your eyes down, you can see my knees are just a bit over my toes. My hands are forward. You can also reach the hands up to counterbalance a bit more, or put your hands behind your head. This is known as our chair pose. We're working our quads and our glutes. Now we're talking about muscular energy here. Take another breath in and then stand up. From this pose, we're going to go into our next one, which I've done often, which is called Anjaneyasana. And I'm taking my platform to the side to show you this. I won't be moving my platform during the flow though. Hands on the hips. You're going to step back with one leg, front knee bent, back knee softly bent. You're on your tippy toes. My heels lifted. So now we're on one leg on the platform, and there's balance here. We're checking on the platform leg, letting that shift around, and breathing into this. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. You can put your hands together at your heart space or your hands behind your head to remind yourself your head is over your shoulders, shoulders over hips. And breath. Find the balance, inhalation and exhalation. Switching sides, step on your platform into Tadasana, and then bring your left foot back, toes find the ground, bend the front knee. You can reach forward for that counterbalance, head back, fingertips forward. Counterbalance of weight. Hands can come up, straight up, shoulders relaxed, or hands behind the head. You'll feel a nice stretch in the hip flexor, quad, glutes, hamstrings working, and you feel the platform foot. And you observe your breath. One more breath here. And come back down, up. Now you'll need the chair, like I said, we're going to use the chair in the beginning to get used to the postures. From Anjaneyasana, aka crescent lunge, I'm going to push off that back foot, hinge forward, and rise up. Now my chair is going to hold me up. And you can see my head's reaching forward, the heel back. You can take one hand to your heart, switch the other hand or both hands to your heart. But the chair, again, as a beginner, you want to be able to get the line, straight line from head to heel. This is our warrior 3 pose. Let's go ahead and bend the knees and stand up in Tadasana. And we'll take the other side. Step back with your left foot, hinge forward. So you've got a line here, and I'm going to reach toward the chair, push off the foot, and I have a long line. The glute is activated to lift the leg. I'm in one long line, and my chair is preventing me from doing a face plant. Look down to make sure your alignment of your knee over ankle over the foot. Push back through the other heel. It's a big hamstring stretch as well. And find your breath. Belly in, chin in, long neck. You can always check, try one hand, try the other hand, or try both hands. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. And bend your knee and come back to Tadasana. Now I'm going to add on to this. So from Warrior 3, we're going to move into, I'll give you the yoga name. It's called Uttita Hasta Pagustasana, which, don't worry about it, it's knee to big toe extension pose. So I'm going to hold my knee up. You can hold on to it, the wall if something's near you, and bring your knee out to the side or a chair. So this is the move from here to here. Again, you could have your chair handy. I'll put it on this side. Standing tall, knee up. Take the knee out to the side. So now I'm working in an external rotation, support leg, alignment, and breath. Now this pose usually is done with an extended leg, and this is more of an advanced version, but we're going where we're at right now, just in the knee bend pose, finding that opening of the hip. Okay, so that's the next pose. From there, from the knee out pose, we're going to take the foot back and come into what's called a crescent warrior on an angle. So I watch my front leg, knee over the plate, and I'm going to reach my arms up. Okay, so this is a nice little hip release because our hips are the most mobile joint in the body, so we wouldn't be able to feel muscles working to hold us in the posture on this angle, and then we'll come up from there. So I'm going to do both sides so you can feel that, okay? Come back up, because I just lost my balance, right? And then we're going to come to the other side. So standing tall, knee comes out. I've got my chair there to hold me, and I want you to make sure that you have one too, that you're safe there. And then I'm going to take that foot back to the floor, watching the front knee. Once I feel stable, my hips are pointing toward you, I'm going to reach up. Now again, your hands can always be at your heart if you feel more stable there, but wherever works for you. This is the full expression of the side angled crescent warrior. Check in with your breath. Now we'll come back up. Our next part of this, and my platform came off, so I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm again only on, I'm only going to be on a level 1 or 2 here. If I can get it right. I just want a light vibration, 1 or 2, just to start off with. As you get more comfortable with this posture, maybe you'll take it up to 4 or 5, but we're working really on getting very connected. We're not working anymore on trying to do anything but that, just getting connection and feeling vibration. Okay, so my next pose, I'm going to go into Eagle Wrap, Garudasana. I'm taking my right leg, I'm going to cross over, I'm holding onto my chair. It's really bones to bones. I'm really taking thigh bones over, and I'm going to sit back. You can see I'm balancing my toes on the platform. What I'd like to eventually do is wrap my knees, and watch your hips here. The tendency will be to rotate out, but you want to keep those knees pointed. Now, if that works for you, you can wrap your arms, right arm under, left arm on top. This is the full expression of the pose. I'll show you from the side what this looks like. Sitting back, almost like Utkatasana, I'm going to wrap over. My toes are going to keep me kind of balanced here. My arms are out. I'm going to wrap right under left. And I'll pick my toes up. Last but not least, I'll do the other side. Okay, so left leg, sit back, left leg crosses over. You can take your wrap or not, that's fine, but I want you to feel the bones squeezing, pulling the abdominals in. Arms out, so the left arm is over. I'm sorry, the left leg is over, left arm under. And then I take my wrap and find my breath. My thumbs are right in line with my third eye chakra, making that connection. Breath. The inhalation, exhalation, and then unwrap. Last posture, my arms are reaching up. This is called Urdhva Hastasana. Straight up, that's our final pose. Okay, ready to begin? We're going to take it into a flow. So I'm not going to be using my chair on this, but I want you to have it handy. And I'll put my platform on an angle so you can see everything that I'm doing. Let's go ahead and stand on the platform. So this should take not too long. We're going to go through this a few times. Hands at your heart space. Take a deep breath in and sigh out. Find your connection, feel your feet. Find your drishti. Gaze into the distance here, crown of the head reaching high. Tail down, arms at your side, Tadasana. Inhale, exhale, sit back, sweep the arms forward. This is our second posture, Utkatasana. Take a deep breath in, exhale, sink a little deeper. Hands come to the heart space. You'll take the right leg back, find the floor, reach the hands up. Anjaneyasana, crescent warrior pose. Check in with shoulders, breath, feel the swaying of the platform, ankle, embrace the sway. Bring the hands to the heart space. You're going to tip forward, you're going to push off that back leg and find your warrior three. Again, your chair can be handy as the head comes down, the chest comes down, the leg comes up. Big breath in and out. Your drishti changes. And now from here, we're going to bring the foot forward. The knee comes up. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Arm can come out for a counterbalance as you take the knee out. A breath in and a breath out, just for 1 or 2 cycles. The right foot steps back. You're on an angle. Once again, a crescent warrior with an angle. Shoulders relaxed. Sink into your hip. On your next breath in, prepare to move. Exhale, push off the back foot, wrap around, Garudasana, eagle pose. Right thigh over, right arm under. Find that wrap. Find the focus. Lift the elbows, sink a little lower. Unwrap yourself. Utthita Hastasana, or Urdhva Hastasana, reaching up nice and tall. That's one side. Hands come to the heart and come into Tadasana. Take an inhale. As you exhale, sit back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands come to your heart space. You're going to step the left foot back, finding your crescent warrior, Anjaneyasana. Soften through the shoulders, lift the corners of your mouth. This should feel really good. A slow breath in and a slow breath out. Hands come to the heart space. Tip at the hips. Different drishti now. We're looking toward the ground. Leg comes up off the floor. As your heart comes to your thumbs, you rise up the back leg. A nice big breath in and out. You can reach your hands back if that helps, or hold the chair. From here, swing that leg slowly forward. Find the platform for balance. Lift up the left knee. Take it out to the side. The arm can counterbalance you. I've got my wall here, so I'm kind of cheating, but that's not a bad thing. Nice and tall. Another breath. Lifting up the heart, the head. Now we're going to take that leg back into our angled crescent warrior. Sink into it. Find the rotation in the hips. Coming back up, we're going to wrap into the eagle. Lift the leg up, wrap it around. Left leg over, left arm under. Focus. You can lift the left toes off the platform and wrap. Lift the fingertips up, squeeze the bones together. And then let's come into Urdhva Hastasana and then down to the side. So that little sequence took about 4 minutes. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, exhale, sink back. One breath here. Hands to the heart space. Right leg back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Push off. Inhale. Press through the heel. Warrior three. Slowly bring the knee up. Grab onto your knee. Take it out to the side. Embrace the sway. Foot comes back, arms come to the sky. Inhale, fluidity and grace. From here, you'll come back up, reaching the knee up, take your wrap, right thigh over left, right arm under left. Lift up the toes, find that balance. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms down. Exhale, sink back. Hands come to the heart, inhale. Exhale, step back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Shoulders soft. Hands come to the heart space. Hinge forward, take a breath, and push off. Finding the focus. Notice your self-talk. Sweep that knee up. Take the knee out to the side. The arm is your counterbalance. Eyes gazing forward. The left foot steps back. The arms reach up. One more breath here. Push off the back toes onto the platform. Wrap left over right. Left under right arm. Press the palms together. Lift the toes off the platform. Reach the fingertips to the sky. Sink back. Arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come to the heart and down. And release. So that is your flow today. You have 8 poses. We started Tadasana, Utkatasana, Anjaneyasana, Virabhadrasana, Uttita Hasta Padangusthasana, Anjaneyasana with a twist, coming back up, Garudasana to Urdhva Hastasana. I'll say that again on the other side in English. Hands to the heart space. Stand tall in a mountain pose. Sit back in a chair. Bring the hands to the heart. Come into a crescent lunge. Arms reach up. Hands at the heart, hinge from the hips. We come into the warrior 3 pose. Use your chair as needed. It's only a breath. You bring the knee up to the front, out to the side. Knee to big toe pose, it's called. Take it back to an angled crescent warrior. Push off the back toes, wrap up to an eagle wrap. Right thigh, left thigh over right, left arm under right. And then reach the hands up to the sky and come back down. Perfect timing, my platform came off. So just when you're done with your practice, I'd like you to join me on your seat. I'm gonna bring my camera down a little because we want to make sure we stretch out. So put your platform on one more time. If you want to put a blanket underneath, I always like to have a blanket or a towel to sit on. I think it's more comfortable. And put your platform on about a 3 or a 4 in speed. Again, we're going light here. We do a lot of strengthening just by standing on one leg at a time. So I'm going to level it up 2 or 3. And we're going to go into a figure 4 stretch. Here are your options. First one is straighten your left leg, cross the right ankle over, and we're just in that figure 4. It's also known as pigeon. Hold underneath the left thigh and sit tall. Get a nice big stretch in the right hip. If that works for you, you can stay there, or you can slide the left foot forward and get a nice big bind here. Take a breath in and sigh that out. Release that leg, right leg forward. Hold under your left ankle. Place it on the right thigh. Hands underneath the thigh and sit tall. Finding that stretch in your left hip. You can feel the hips gently adjusting, spine adjusting, releasing. That feels great. And if you want more, just slide that foot in, grab onto the shin for a deeper bind. My foot is flexed here, by the way. I'm not pulling my foot on. I'm keeping it nice and flexed. I'm getting a deep stretch. I'll release that sliding away. Diamond pose, bound angle, feet together, knees apart. Sit nice and tall. Let's do a little release of the back. Tuck the chin, exhale. Inhale, lift up. Hands go behind, lift the chest, extend the spine. Arms reach up, and let's take a side bend. Left arm down, right arm reaches up. You can put it on the platform or on the floor and look up, look down, look forward, but do not drop your head. Stretch out your side body. Reach up, take an inhale. Right hand down, left hand up. Get that length out of the side body. Always welcome to put your hand behind the head because I do not want you looking down. Eyes forward. Stretch it out. Come back to center. Bring your hands together, heart space, and cross at your ankles in a comfortable place. Close your eyes with me and just focus right now on how you feel quite stable in your seated pose. And know that the practice we did today was to make you aware that it is all about finding the balance, but we are always constantly changing our balance, refreshing our balance, preparing us for living life on life's terms, moving with confidence, with strength, with grace, patience for ourselves in this practice, awareness of body and mind, aware of inhalation and exhalation, having a grateful heart knowing that we're able to move like we can move, improving the quality of our life, the quality of our breath, and the quality of our thoughts by simply taking time to be on the platform and breathing and moving together. I want to thank you so very much for allowing me to guide you through this balanced flow today. I hope it works wonders for you. Give yourself time. Again, be kind to yourself as you do this. Have a chair handy, be prepared. But most importantly, just, again, breathe into the postures and know that this is a practice. And again, thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful and blessed evening. Namaste.